Dog sedation actually made my grooming job harder. Why is it easier for other groomers to work on a sedated dog, but for me it just made the whole process much harder? Am I even capable of grooming a sedated dog? This is my first time grooming a sedated dog and I'm really nervous. I'm worried about getting the right angle with the clipper so I don't injure him. And how am I going to bat him without getting shampoo into his eyes, or worse? What if the dog isn't completely healthy? What if he has a heart condition? 15 years of grooming experience couldn't prepare me for this. Working on a sedated dog changes all of my rules, and the sedation window is short. If I can't master this right now, I risk the dog's safety and lose the ability to help dogs who have no other way of getting groomed. My goal today is to push my boundaries, trust my hands, and give this dog a perfectly safe grooming experience from start to finish. Grooming a dog in this condition is extremely tough. It takes a lot of skills to do it safely and effectively. I used to watch other groomers groom sedated dogs and it seemed so much easier because the dog wasn't moving. But when I tried to work on a sedated dog, I realized something important. That resistance is how the dog communicates with me. It tells me what to do next, but also what not to do. Without that feedback, I'm sitting here filled with anxiety, constantly thinking, am I doing okay? Am I hurting him? When a dog is awake and standing calmly, I know that everything is okay because the dog is calm. Oh, yeah, before the dog number 11, I groomed dog number 10 without sedation. I'll come back to that and show you how it went, but first I want to show you how I managed to free the ear from this matted mass, because it's a risky task. The chances of hurting the ear are huge since it's not clear where the ear ends and the matted hair begins. Here's dog number 10. I groomed her first because I thought she would cooperate even. But well, my judgment turned out to be questionable when she tried to bite me. To see how it all turned out at the end, check out the previous video. I'll leave the link in the description of this video so we can watch it later. Now I am moving on to the head. I'm trying my best to stay calm, but time is running out. So many questions keep running through my mind. Will I finish in time before the dog wakes up? Can I groom him completely without causing an injury? Will the sedation have any impact on his health? It feels like my fears are turning into reality the moment the dog starts reacting. Does this mean he's starting to wake up? Just in case, I put a muzzle on him. Shaving matted coat on the top of the body is easy because you have good visibility and easy access. The risk of injury here is very low, but that's only a small part of the dog's body.
Yo, yeah.
Why is this sweet little doggy called number 11 instead of having a name? I'll tell you all about it, but first let me show you how I managed to shave his head despite him showing aggression even under sedation. Sedated dogs don't always just sleep. They can react suddenly and wake up from trigger sound around their ears. Any sudden move can lead to a serious injury or leave a bald spot in the fur that will take months to grow back. I'll put his muzzle back on and move to the most difficult part, grooming the legs. But wait, before that I'll explain why he is called number 11 instead of a real name. He's one of the 22 neglected dogs we rescued from a puppy mill. Yes, you heard me well, 22. 22 dogs, all small and all white, similar size and the same terrible shape. Because they looked so much alike, it was impossible to identify them by name. We had to get to know them first before we could name them. A group of 12 volunteers came together to save these dogs from that yard from hell. Why do I consider grooming the legs to be the hardest part? There are a few reasons. Legs are closest to the ground, picking up mud, water and dirt. This mixes with the fur, forming hard mats that are extremely tough to cut through. Also, legs have very little fat, so the bones are right under the skin. The pressure from clippers and scissors on those bones causes discomfort or even pain. On top of that, these mats wrap around the leg, forcing me to cut into them from several angles. Legs are also most vulnerable to foxtails, hot asphalt and injuries. This dog is a perfect example. His body is full of burrs, embedded foxtails and hurt paws. Grooming him awake would be too painful, which is why we choose sedation today. But that leaves us with a big question. Is a moment of pain during grooming worse than potential long-term health risks of sedation? This is our next dog, dog number 12. We decided to sedate him for the exact same reason like the dog number 11. You can catch his full makeover in the next video. So at this moment, dog number 11 is done with his bath. Number 13 is waiting in a crate. Dog number 12 is waiting a few minutes for sedative to take effect. And I'm finishing dog number 10. At this point, dog number 11 is almost completely awake from the sedation. The vet is right here keeping an eye on his wake-up process, and as soon as we finish grooming, he'll do a full health check. I always try to do my job as professionally as possible, focusing less on look and more on comfort. That means trimming stray hairs so it doesn't irritate him, shaving the paws to prevent foxtail, clipping the nails to prevent pain in legs, and so on. I can officially say we did it. Dog number 11 got checked by the vet and received treatment for his injuries. All the tests came back clear. He is completely healthy and the sedation had no negative impact on his health. After his checkup, he went to a foster home arranged by the Foxy Rescue Group. He'll stay there, getting all the love and care he deserves while waiting for his forever home. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video when we make over dog number 12. Bye!